Welcome back. This is M-Dog from M-Dog Gaming, and I would like to start doing some more of these pop-up videos. The idea I've had is trying to commit to just showing hotspot, sort of highlighting different fishing hotspots for any given week or month. Sometimes the places where you're making the most silver, sometimes just interesting spots like this one. So that's what we're going to do. First, let me just get the specifics out of the way in case you're really just here to see how to do it. Coordinate wise, at Volkhov we're at 93,106, sort of casting straight out, 25-meter clip. Look at the map here to see where we're casting. It's in the midst of sort of some of this deeper waters. And what we're using, we do have boonus and rods. That's not important for this spot. What you're looking for here are really small leaders. 3.1 kilo is what we're using, size 10 hooks, and here's the other important part. We're using Old Pal Redworm 10 boilies. So as you probably saw from the title, what we are targeting is primarily white bream, but we also are going to see some blue bream pop up now and again in this spot. And so 25 clip, coordinates 93,106. I guess the last thing to say besides the fact we're using Redworm 10, size 10 hooks, 3.1 fluorocarbon line. Let me show you this ground bait though. I started off by using the regular white bream mix that you just can click in automatically, and that seemed to work great. But to be fair, what has been reported, and at least reportedly what most of the trophies have been caught on here, is this special white blue bream mix that you're gonna have to make yourself. And just so that you can see what's in this, the base is ground peas. The three additives are gonna be bloodworm, fly maggots, and rice, which you need to get from the grocery store. And then the attractant is fennel. So ground peas, bloodworm, fly maggots, rice from grocery store, and fennel. Okay. So let me first give credit where I think credit is due. Username Spaceman or variation thereof seems to be the origin of at least some of the details from this spot. Maybe all of the details of this spot. I mean, I think this is a spot that has been fished before, but in terms of targeting white bream here recently using this specific ground bait, I think that credit goes to Spaceman. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. It's hard to track it sometimes on where's the origin of the testing and who sort of, and a lot of times it's a group effort, but in this case, as best I can tell, Spaceman may be the one that started this spot. So let's talk about it a little bit. When I first came to fish this spot yesterday, I was fishing with Wrangler, and within about 20 minutes of us being here, Wrangler had 2 white bream trophies. So sometimes the trophies are coming out pretty quick. If you don't have a white bream trophy, I would say this is a good spot to come farm for a couple days and see if you can get a white bream trophy and mark that off your list if that's something you're interested in doing. Now, I fished this spot for almost 2 in-game days straight. I think it ended up being about a day and a half, or a little bit more than a day and a half. And what I saw was about 80% of my net were white bream, and then I had 3 or 4 blue bream mixed in. None of them were trophies, but that's just RNG, just luck. You'll get trophies if you sit here long enough, I think. Other people have been getting trophies here as well, so it's not just Spaceman and Wrangler. A lot of trophies have come out of this spot. In fact, one thing you can do to always sort of test, like, okay, is this spot that people are talking about legit? Well, go look at the weekly records. I mean, if the weekly records are showing what other people are saying, so we got 4 out of the top 5 weeklies across all servers are coming off Redworm 10, right? And a lot of them are Russian players. So there's something to this. Let's go to USA weeklies, see if Wrangler's made any of the weekly list. Should be up around 1 kilo. So not quite. Wranglers didn't quite make it. But in terms of Volkhov, there is one off maggots, which blue bream seem to be hitting maggots pretty well too, but Redworm 10 seems to be the best. So anyway, this spot seems to be really good right now. The thing I would say about this spot to sort of temper your expectations coming here, or create a realistic expectation, is, that's a nice one. maybe 600, almost 600, is the bite rate is not always super good. It's fine. I mean, I think in the first 24 hours that I was here, I caught around 30, 35 fish, something like that. But this is where the spot stands out. And as soon as we get this fish in, I'll show you what I mean. By the way, in terms of reels, if you still have a couple of Surtees laying around, I mean, you really don't need to wear out your expensive gear on this spot with using such small leaders. All right, let's put one of these on. We're actually almost out of this special ground bait, so if I'm going to fish here much more today, I'm going to have to make some more of that ground bait, unless I just want to go back to regular white bream mix. All right. The thing that stands out about this spot, and you see it in the first 4 fish we've caught since we started recording. In 2 days of fishing, like I told you, most of the net was white bream, a few blue bream, a few roaches, a couple tench, you know, some random stuff here and there that'll get on these boilies. All of the white bream were markers. So in 2 days, I had 100% white bream markers. In fact, the only non-marker fish I had in my whole net was a perch. And that's because I had put regular redworm in, not the boilie, but regular redworm. So you're going to see maybe the highest percentage I've ever seen in a spot of markers. So, sorry about steam popping up there. So it may not be, the bite rate may not seem like it's on fire. It's consistent and it's good, and that's 24/7. I mean, you'll see dips and mountaintops and valleys throughout the day of when it picks up, slows down, but they keep going throughout the whole day. But what you'll see is it's such a high percentage of markers that it still ends up being pretty good silver, considering the species that we're targeting here. And also just sort of fun to see so many quality fish come out and knowing that there's a pretty good chance that you could get a couple trophies. So to me, this spot is definitely worth highlighting for that fact, if nothing else, just the percentage of markers that you're going to get here if you use the right fluorocarbon leaders, hook size, and bait. I think the ground bait is a little more flexible. Like I said, just regular white bream mix will probably get the job done. But if you want to create this special ground bait, then it also is working, and at least the report that I'm seeing is a majority of the trophies were caught using this specific ground bait. So there you have it. That's going to be the details that I'm aware of to highlight this spot. And the first spot that we've highlighted, if I had to choose a favorite lake or favorite body of water in this game, it probably would be the Volkhov River. And so, but Volkhov's been pretty mysterious for a while now. Ever since some of the new lakes came out, it's been a little harder to get on the same kind of streaks that we used to get on with. Oh, there you go. There's our first non-marker white bream that I've seen, at least for me. Now, other people that I was in Discord with did catch some non-white markers, but most of them are markers. So it's nice that this first video, there actually is a spot that's worthy of highlighting here from Volkhov. There's been some other spots that have been okay lately, like up here, just kind of fishing off of that area where the boat is. That's been all right, but at times very roachy, and so again, it's just kind of hard to recommend. But this spot seems legit, at least for now. This is March 9th, at least for the last couple days. It's been a very interesting spot. So hopefully Volkhov will continue to produce some good fishing spots. So many good memories here from bream fishing, eyed fishing, obviously going out in the boat and using the casting setups, the steelheads and other casting setups to catch some really nice predator fish out there. So Volkhov overall would probably be my favorite, but it's not been in the, at least what I've been able to discover, it's not been in the healthiest condition recently. So hopefully that will continue to change, and this spot is a good indication that maybe that will be the case. We'll see one more fish here, and then I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. I don't want to belabor the point. I think you've got the information you need if you want to come fish this spot yourself. And I'm going to try to put together one more quick video highlighting a spotted bear. This spot maybe is not quite as known. The spotted bear is very well known, so you may... Oh, is this a roach? Of course, we had to catch a roach last fish. You may already know about the spotted bear, but it has just been so active lately that I did want to just sort of highlight it real quick. Okay, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope that that you will leave me any feedback that you have, and I hope you'll come back next time. Thanks so much.